Welcome back to Building in Fallout. In our last episode, what did we do in our last episode? Yes, we finished up the Fire Breathers missions. Now we're on to the Missing Link, following a Fire Breather named Madigan. Um, Now this is pretty much going to be well, looky there. Someone's buying all my stuff. Um, it's going to be a hiking video because we're trying to make it over here to one of the pivotal parts of this game. It's not too hard. Honestly, the easy route is to just take this small road until you hit the highway. So we could also just go for a straight shot. There's a couple of things along the way. But we are here at the Charleston Fire Department because that's where we were last before I logged out last night. And when you receive this mission, you'd be here. So it makes sense. Always gonna need wood. Now, along the way, there isn't too many things to grab our attention. I mean, if you want to scavenge houses and whatnot, like, here's a house for scavenging. I don't think there's much in here. Well, I mean, there's a desk fan. Never turn down a screw. You're going to need them. But, you know, if you want to speed run and just get to the next spot, it's totally an option, and it's the option we should be taking. So now when it comes to following roadways and rail tracks, you know, railroad tracks, they will get you close to, if not to, your targeted destination almost every time. But it's also set up that there's a lot of random encounters and roadblocks and things of that nature along these planned routes. So from here, yep, we want to hit the highway and then go east. So here's the highway. And of course, if you ever see, you know, somewhere you want to stop by, like for example, we have a mission here at the Riverside Manor, so if you just want to go ahead and put that on your locations found for fast travel later, you can do that, which is actually not a bad idea. That was weird. More, it just fell out of nowhere. Nope. No, your initial VATS is always going to have a higher accuracy, like the burst. So if you snap fire your VATS, that's kind of the idea with plenty of different VATS types builds. Well, that was weird. It didn't even show me his meat. Yeah, interesting. I'm being followed. Cool. Now there is a bandit camp up here. You can see it on the radar. So just take it nice and slow. Try and get a decent vantage. And something saw me. More rat. Vets didn't pick up anything. Now, some of the bandit camps are, I'm not going to say abandoned, but very skeleton crewed most of the time. And then other times, everybody's back in camp. So just take your time and, aha! This camp's been wiped out. there are bugs. It's just so hard to hit these things naturally. For me, at least. Ow. These things like to get up close and personal. So your best bet probably would be a close range weapon. Yeah, I'll take all that. I hear more of them. Alright. No idea if that was all of them, but... And if you want to, you can scavenge a bit, but... We're just heading down the road. Now we're just going to be heading down the road until you hit this little branch, because right about here is when you're going to start noticing the Whitespring, because it's also a golf resort. So you know you found it whenever you come up on the greens. Well, how about that? A toolbox I can't get into. But just keep your eyes peeled on the road for anything dangerous or noteworthy. Just a random Mr. Handy. And he's not hostile. Well, hi there. Ah. Is it? Well, can't be having that. If you let the conversation go on, eventually he will just attack you anyway. And it's not... I've never thought to try and drop an item and see what happens. Okay, we are in a bit of a jam now. As you can see in the distance and on the radar that there's a fissure site, meaning that there's a Scorch Beast, which is like the top of the top. And oh my goodness, the thing is a level 30. Alright, we're in for a fight. Unless you want to sneak by or run. But, yeah, I don't have the proper weapons for this. Now, the thing about the fissure sites is they have ultracite mining nodes around them. And a thing to note about Scorch Beasts is they attract the Scorched. I've been spotted. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out... Ow, ow, ow. We're gonna take out the Scorched about. Really? Somebody's ally from their camp is just walking through this nonchalant. Yeah, you can see what little damage we are accomplishing on this Scorch Beast. Why did you stop reloading? If this thing stays on the ground, we might actually be able to... Oh, look, we have help. Yeah, he's got the right idea. Now, you really can't trust VATS in most situations when it comes to a Scorched Beast. You're just gonna have to fight it on your own. And do not fall in the fissure site if you can help it. It is an instant death. Come on and come back down here, little scorch beast. Come on. Don't be scared. This thing's gonna be so done if it decides to land again. There we go. Now the real fun begins. Alright. Many thanks, sir. Go ahead and grab your rewards. Everything that comes off a Scorched Beast is worth it. But while you're here, you might as well grab as much ultracite as you can. It will be very useful later on for making ammo, for making, or repairing the power armor, either way you do it. The ultracite power armor is pretty good. It's just super pricey when it comes to repairs and the like. And ultracite is not that easy to find. Again, it's just the Fisher sites. Certain Scorched Beast parts will have it. I think there's like one node in a mine we'd been in before that I had shown, but there was also another mine down in the Cranberry Bog that has quite a lot of it, and it will be getting there eventually following the storyline. And I say the storyline, it's more a guided tour to show you how to end up launching nukes. Not to mention it also takes you through all of the different clans in the game. So we've already been through the Responders, the Fire Breathers, the Army. We are now going to be messing around with the Raiders. And then we will end up becoming part of the Brotherhood. And then from there you end up in the Enclave. So it's quite a chain. But from the Fisher site is usually where I start to make a straight shot for the Whitespring. Yeah, you can see the road that's leading to it anyway. And once you get close to the Whitespring and oh, snallygasters. Glowing snallygasters. This isn't going to be good. But there's the benefit. If you can get close enough to the Whitespring, they have automated defenses in place. So all you need to do is actually land one good shot, and then the robots will help take everything out, and you'll still get the experience and items. Snallygasters are not my favorite. Oh, that's not good. Back off. Always wanted to beat a Snallygaster to death, I'm not gonna lie. But Snallygasters are a good source of acid, good source of leather, asbestos, and these guys happen to be glowing, so I got a few beautiful things from that. Now, usually there are random encounters like this at all the gates, and I'm surprised that there was only the one. Yeah, what were you? What were you doing? Yeah, so be careful though. You can also have all of the robots turn on you if you accidentally hit one of them, so pick your shots carefully. If you noticed, we now have a couple of missions that popped up when we got close. One of them here is to find unruly golfer Farragouls, and then Whitespring holotapes, and then Responders Reborn. I am going to turn off a couple of these. Now, when it comes to the unruly golfers, there can be Farragouls out on the green, but the easiest thing to do is just head to the golf club. So that's what we're gonna do. But also, just be aware there's a lot of different enemies that can pop up. Farragouls. I think that there's a cave with a Yaoguai in it. No, there is a cave with a Yaoguai in it. We'll actually exploit that later, if we're lucky. But there are a lot of things to do around the Whitespring. Again, there was that holotape hunt, and once you get in the area, they'll point them out to you. I think there's 7 of them, but I normally don't bother with that mission. Instead, I just like to take out the unruly golfers. One, because the golf club itself is a decent spot to scavenge. I'm gonna remove the marker now that we're here. But you can see holotape. There's more of them on the inside. There's more of them on the back side. Yes, so now I want to say that this is the golf? No, this is the pool, which is another good place to scavenge, because as you can see here, we have frogs. And now you can collect them for I think it's a display piece or something like that. I prefer to take them out because glowing blood, glowing meat, sometimes they will drop uranium ore. And I just don't like, there's the uranium ore I was looking for. What, you were gonna do something? Because I took all your friends out? Now I feel kind of bad. He was gonna avenge them. But, yes, and it's not always frogs here. There's a few times that I've had ghouls appear here, things of that nature, but scavenge around if you'd like. There's a bunch of good items all over the Whitespring, but that's also one of the problems because a lot of players will use this as a scavenge. A lot of players will also use this as a nuclear blast zone, so beware of that. I've seen a lot of people put a camp near here. I suggest you do not, for 2 reasons. One, because it's a nuclear blast zone, or at least a popular one. You will have your camp devastated constantly by nukes. I myself have even nuked this place and had a few camps destroyed, and just to confirm that that's what happened, I even went to said camps to see them, you know, in ruins. So made me feel bad because that player's gonna have to repair his everything. But the second reason I say don't put a camp here is because camps are free fast travel locations, and the Whitespring is already a free fast travel location. So I like to put them in areas that usually don't have one. The closest one that I do is, this is my camp near the Poseidon Energy Plant, and the Rusty Pick is free. So even that is still a little too close. I mean, it would be, if we were going to nuke the Rusty Pick, it would still be in the blast radius. So, not going to say it's completely wasted, because it's still a bit of a hike between the two, but, you know, there's already a free fast travel location down here in Charleston. There's actually two in the Ash Heap, because there's the Nuka World Tour somewhere in here as well. But you're going to have two fast travel locations here at the Whitespring, so why would you know, see, this is kind of close for me. These guys are smart though, because they are outside of the blast radius, or just outside of it. But there are a couple of benefits to putting your camp near the Whitespring. One being is, again, it's a great place to scavenge for junk and other supplies. Not to mention there's a mine nearby that has a decontamination chamber right inside of it. So instead of having to fight your way to the reactor in the power plant we're near, instead you just walk in and take your radiation off. Now, mind you, it's not that simple, because to get inside you are running past a bunch of mole miners. So, is it just me, or did somebody already take out all the ghouls here? Nope. Now, mind you, yes, I took out a feral ghoul, but it is not a golfer. You're looking for the ones that have golf outfits on, like this fella. And he's glitched. Great. Now, this is actually a common problem I've run into at this place. So, the one way to get around it, it's actually kind of useful, because, you know, they're not attacking. But if you don't get, like, right on top of them when you kill them, you can't get into their inventories, and you lose whatever junk that they drop. Which isn't the biggest deal when it comes to the feral ghouls, because it's completely random as to what they have and whether or not if it's good. Always take cake pans, they are worth 3 aluminum. There's the other problem, is because he's still there and it freaks me out. Alright. Almost shot him again. And I'm overweight. Yummy dog food. Probably should eat. Always remember to keep that stuff high. Oh yeah, definitely, because... Do I have any soup on me? I normally do. Alright. And I'm only 1 pound over, really. Well. Oh, that's why. Let's start using those. That'll alleviate some weight. And see, it didn't even count the unruly golfer. So maybe I should come back for this objective later. Because most of these guys don't even want to wake up. But again, on the flip side, that just gives us easy kills. So I'll take the free experience. Wake up, grab a brush, and put a little makeup. Oh, wow. How could you miss? He was 2 feet in front of you. Okay, no, that... Yeah, glitcherific. Normally you'd have like a swarm of them if you made your presence known. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's because I'm all silent and whatnot, clunking around in a giant suit of armor. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Upsy daisy. Yep, nope, that didn't solve the problem. It's not like I can sprint through and make a whole bunch of noise. Now, there's usually a Wendigo down in the basement. So we'll see how this goes, because, yeah, come on, guys. Somebody tripped the alarm. Ridiculous. It's like, you should have woken up, been running around. It's just, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. Well, looky here. Do I have a left leg on? I do not. And the higher my health, the more damage resistance. That works. And it's a level 20. Cool, cool. So we were working... Yes, I do want you to open up a perk pack. Now that figures. We already have Gunsmith completely maxed out, and then we got another one. So that happened. But since we hit level 20, that should unlock a whole bunch of stuff. Yep. A whole bunch of new perks. Yep, like science, if we were doing that, which we may later on. I'm only looking for one perk out of endurance. It hasn't showed up yet. But I always go for fireproof just because it almost halves the damage from fire and explosions. Alright, so nothing that works for the build, so we're just going to finish out Luck of the Draw. Not the best perk right now, just because, you know, might as well. But not the best perk right now because we have low fire rate weapons. But it still has a good chance to go off. Alright, well, it's not even counting these golfers. What a glitch. So, from here, we are going to head to the well, look, somebody's awake. Really? And I am diseased. Oh, no. Alright, so disease cures or antibiotics. The difference is a disease cure just cures one disease, whereas an antibiotic cures disease and lowers disease chance for a while. So we're going to go with that. Just be aware that they will raise your hunger and thirst, so, you know, take it with soup. That's how I counteract it. But, yeah, you see, since he was already up and active, that's why it counted him. But this is a good place to, really? Is that supposed to be an It reference? This is a good place to come get a few food items, because corn, mute fruit, and potatoes are randomly about. There's a lot of old world food. But you see, I just got a melon. We need that back at camp. Well, it's not really a need situation, but it's nice to have. Here we go. Now that people are awake. So yeah, as long as you can stir up the ghoul's nest. See, these guys just aren't getting up. Why aren't these guys getting up? Hey! Hey! Wake up. And glitched. So, it is what it is. Really? I'm massacring your buddies and you're like, I don't care. Okay, well, we tried. We tried. Now, there's also a few other places you could find feral ghouls in the Gulf Get Up. I want to say this row of bungalows has some. There are also some about the course. But again, those aren't guaranteed to be golfers, for one. And for two, they're not even guaranteed to be there. So, yeah, fun times. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to slowly trunch on to the actual Whitespring. Now, I've said it in a previous video, if you are over encumbered and then you decide to go at a sneak stealth pace, it will not drain your AP. It will even allow your AP to regen, as you can see me demonstrating now. So, if you're playing a stealth type character, there's no reason to ever fear being over encumbered. Just because it's technically, I use it as a gauge to whether or not I'm moving slow enough for stealth. And there's a Grafton monster. Now again, it is random around this gazebo, or is this a gazebo? What is? Yeah, well, I mean it is. Gazebo, mausoleum, whatever. But there's always some kind of encounter that will randomly show up around here. It just happens to be a Grafton monster this time. I've seen it be the Blue Devil. I've seen it be a pack of vicious wolves. Either way, there's always something going on. Oh, not the poison. But it's usually manageable. Usually. Sometimes I have seen it a little unreasonable. But be very careful because these cars are still hot. Like, you can set off quite the nuclear chain reaction if you're not careful. I have had it kill me a few times, just as a demonstration. Now, on the other hand, I've also used that to blow enemies up. But, again, still a danger to you. And, yeah, chain reaction, very possible. Toxic soot flowers, which they are used for different recipes as opposed to soot flowers, so now you know that there's some here. Now, this, I do believe, is my preferred side of the Whitespring, and what I mean by that is, yep, north entrance. The north entrance, you can either come here to the outside when you fast travel, or you can go into the Whitespring Mall, which is one of the best places in the game, just because it is a all-around shopping center. All the different types of vendors are there. But we're gonna go ahead and walk around, because we're going to also find the other free fast travel, because there's two here. There's the north entrance and the south entrance that are a free fast travel. There is a bunker entrance over there, which is what you're seeing, and that will become very important later. And there's also a service entrance, which we are going to be finding. But you can see all the different like rhododendrons and whatnot that we've been seeing pop up everywhere. That's why this is a good place for nuked flora. It's also good for nuked fauna because all the ghouls turn into glowing ones and give you more stuff that way. This little patch of woods right here, where it's all kind of dead and decayed with the silt beans, is a good place to find rabbits and squirrels. So if you're a fan of the dishes they make for the stat boosts and whatnot, this is a good place to find them. Well, looky there, we found... Here's the service entrance, which is not a free fast travel, just so you know. So if ever you want to come to the service entrance, which we'll explain that later, then we'll do that. And you can see we had a mission pop up for ally crash landing. We will get to that at some point in time, but for right now, it's a bit of a distraction. And that is not my favorite ally to have in camp anyway. She has a really good storyline, and there is a great reward at the end of it, but yeah, just not who I would prefer to have in my camp. But again, it's all up to you when it comes to that. Beware the mole rats that like to stay around these cars. Again, mostly all these cars at the Whitespring are still viable. They're still nuclear. So be aware of that or take advantage of that, like I just did. Either way, they were just mole rats. That was kind of overkill. I'm not gonna lie about it. Oh, come on, give me the nearby corpse option, which it's not gonna. What still sees me? Was there another mole rat I didn't nuke? Now, don't mind these generators. They're never going to have fusion cores. Yep. That was it. It was another mole rat. We'll take it. We're already over encumbered. But total, like, a whole bunch of things to scavenge all around. And it's a pretty big place to explore. Not incredibly hostile, but yeah, there's a few hostiles all around. And again, if you're ever in trouble, just run to one of the assaultrons or sentries. Even the responders themselves will help you take certain things down. Are you going crazy? Why can't it be both? Now this is new to me. Minerva, why do you sound familiar? Oh, you guys work for the, yep, Blue Ridge Caravan. So wait a second. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. So you are a brand new... Yeah, you're a brand new gold vendor. You can see gold bars are what they require here for buying stuff. So yeah, this is all new stuff as far as I know. Huh. Well, because I've never even seen a Gauss minigun. That can't be a thing. Is that a thing? That is totally a thing. Yep. They keep adding stuff to this game, and I love it, but at the same time, it's like I can't keep up. What do you mean you won't be around for long? Are you a traveling vendor? And now I am questioning things. Awesome. Give me some milk. The reason that that is awesome is because Brahmin milk reduces your rads. Not by much, but still reduces rads. Now, if I'm on the topic of reducing rads, let's go find the train station here. No trespassing, eh? It's a nice cluster of blackberries. Ooh, speaking of which, blackberries are on the list of things we need for our camp. I can see somebody put out their emergency camp. So if you have Fallout First, you can throw out these, small miniature camps. It's just like a travel camp, really. Incredibly useful. Honestly, it'd be the only reason I would do First, besides the other fringe benefits that you can get. But for right now, let me just go ahead and... not going to be using any of that stuff, especially since that gun was at level 40. I ain't even close to that yet. Now you can see this Vault-Tec supply package. I actually got it out of the Atomic Shop for free today. You usually get at least one a week, but still good to have if you ask me, because free supplies are good supplies. Sorry, I'm not going to pass up adhesive. It's useful stuff. Alright, now junk. Is there anything else I would want to save? Honestly, I need a campfire or some other cooking. But for now, because I don't think there's one around here. I really don't. I may be wrong and just haven't looked before. Oh, someone was running the cups. That's funny. Alright, but something I should mention, since we now have, a piece of legendary equipment that we are using momentarily, you can get rid of it while it's equipped. So be careful that you don't get rid of things that you are using. Mark them with the favorite if you have to, because that'll give you a little extra protection, because it'll ask you, do you want to get rid of a favorited item, and then you can be like, oh, no, 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 no. But for right now, alright, I'm just making sure that I have hard bargain on. It's more habit than anything else now. So now we're back to somebody who deals in caps, thankfully. Real quick, take those off because I'm not using them. Well, at least not like that. Most of the time I blow myself up, so. Yeah, I should probably put some of those away, but sell off any food you're not going to be eating. I do believe that frog eggs are pretty useless. I don't even think you can cook them. So definitely don't need that much purified water. But I usually only sell stuff that's either already been prepared or is old world food. Just because if you have the chance to cook it, it gives you a little extra experience, so why not? Get rid of 3 of these. And 1 of those. And you shouldn't need more stim packs than that. If you run out of this many stim packs during an encounter, then you need to do something. Gain some levels or improve your equipment, something like that. But you should almost never need more than 3 supers and 15 regular stim packs. Now, this episode has gone on for quite some time. So what I'm going to do from here is we are going to head over to this mine. Now, this mine is also part of a public event. I don't remember which public event this one is. I want to say this is the Uranium Fever. Yeah, because it's not load bearing, but the Blackwater Mine. So be careful because there are mole miner everywhere. Yep. See. If you're sneaky enough, then you can just come into the back here. Just head into the mine, and then there is a decontamination station. Totally free for use. Now, one thing that is pretty cool about this location is it is a spawn for power armor. It looks like we have Raider. What level though? Level 50. And somebody already took the fusion core too. But always aim for the breather on the mole miners. Now mind you, mole miners are gonna have a lot of stuff that they drop. The things that are most useful: the breathers because of aluminum, the scrap because of black titanium. But I'm just gonna take it all because I'm greedy and such. No, that's not it. But I am gonna take it all. I'm going to be using that combat shotgun because it is my personal favorite, just for its fire rate. I don't think I'm going to be using it just yet. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not going to have any of the attachments for it. And now when I do find another one, I can put an automatic receiver on it, so that's useful. But what's that? Gatling plasma reflex sight. That is actually going to go in my stash, because the plasma Gatling is on the list of weapons we are going to end up using, which is one of the reasons we probably should take science. What level are you? 15. Alright. Now, because we hit a level 20, if you found the plans for the hunting rifle, then you should go ahead and make yourself a new hunting rifle. Eventually, you're just going to find one anyway, but... And finally, the demonstration of why we're here. Heading to the mine. Now, of course, you could just scavenge this at any point in time. You can wait for the... I think there's a mission that we will be getting sent here eventually. And then, of course, there's the public event, but my personal reason for coming here is the decom chamber right here. So, press your button. And no radiation for free. So, there's that. But finally, my last little bit of advice. Portable fuel tanks have a screw. That's not the last bit, but now that you have found your Whitespring fast travel points now, so you see here 1 cap for the service entrance. No. 3 caps for the golf club, but free for the north entrance and free for the resort. Now, you can either go to the exterior or the White Springs Refuge, which is the responders' head base, and there's a lot of daily missions and things of that nature to do there, or you can do the exterior of the north side or the mall. We are going to go to the mall. Oh, excuse me. Now, every vendor that you could think of, even some that you might be surprised by, is here at the Whitespring. What I mean by that is, like, every faction's vendor is here. And I do mean every. So, let's go ahead. Because this is a friendly area, so you're never going to run into an enemy here in the actual mall. The candy shop is not open, so there's one of them. But all these different vendors do different things. Pendleton here is all about stuff for your camp, but most of it's just cosmetic. If you come in here, we have the shopping mall vendor, which he just has a bunch of random stuffs, really. No, those are good. But he also has a lot of the plans that you would see from the train station vendors. We have Helena here, which she just does junk, but a lot of this junk could have, like, the lockets have screws and silver. You know, this is a good place to get gold. This is a good place to get crystal. And that's what she is useful for. This is the Artisan's Corner, which is, like, the best place, because every single workbench you could think to need or want or use is here. Not to mention it's a good hub if you're looking to join a public team. You can find a lot of people here that you can ask to, you know, join your team or team up with. But also, if you're looking to join a team, you know, not be a lone wanderer like me and spend your charisma on some other skills, then you always have the option to go into your map, press R1 for social, and then go over to public teams. And you can see who has what kind of team. So, like, casual here gives a +2 intelligence while you're on the team. Daily ops teams give you bonus EXP for completing those daily ops, so on and so forth. And you could also, you know, just see who's nearby. But once you're done, you know, whatever it is that you are doing, and you're gonna go in here. Now, if you have modifications like that, if you hit the store junk, they are considered junk and will be stored. So, just that little tidbit. Nice armor. We have Friedrich here. He does... I think he just generic and junk. We already been there. This is the Free States vendor. I think he's really big on No, he just has a lot of junk. That's what it is. But it's also another place to pick up a lot of random things. Now, there are certain things here, like Marguerite is not a vendor. When you come here into Black Powder, this is a weapon shop and has all the old-fashioned weapon plans. This is also where the Raiders vendors is. So if you're looking to, geez, why do they have so many railway Wi-Fi? If you're looking to find the, yep, good grenade launcher. If you're looking to find parts for the Raider power armor set, that's where to find it. Now, I saw a fella. Yeah, I saw him emoting at me. I'm not sure what he was trying to say. But if you come across here, if you're into cooking, I think Marie has the junk for it. And then Antone has all the recipes. So if you're into cooking, this is the shop for you. When it comes to Captain Kids, there's actually only one reason to be here, and that is the junk. I'm surprised that people have not come through here because the wood blocks have lead in the paint. There's 3 screws in the new Giddy Up Buttercup. There's a screw in the new truck. So, yeah, good for junk. Not to mention he sells toys as well, which is more junk. Yep, 3 screws, 2 springs, steel, and gears. Just really nice having a Giddy Up Buttercup in general. Over here, I do believe that this is male apparel. Well, not just male, but low-end apparel, which over here is more apparel with her. And here is... yeah, he's armor and apparel as well. So if you're looking for... it seems like, you know, just a few pieces. But you can always server hop and see if he's got other ones if you're trying to find a set like that. And then not much there. This is the Brotherhood of Steel vendor. So if you're looking for Brotherhood type stuff, sometimes they will have it. But what they are the best for is, like, here's a Gatling gun, which we're gonna need that eventually. Power armor stations, which don't waste your caps on it. We will get some for free later. But what, really? They don't have anything for... well, there's a combat shotgun. Oh, look, somebody bought stuff from me. But, usually they will have, a few modifications for the T-Series power armor. So, this is another place for junk. Yeah, she sells junk, which is still useful. And then here's the responders, which again is pretty much just the train stations plans. But I think there's only one more shop. Yep, the chemist. So if you need